you dishonor Job. And this, him showing Satan, God shows you his standards. Through Job, what does he expect? And this predates Jesus. And he showed why he set up eternal damnation for Satan. That breaking was not an option. That's why the Bible says the fool, they blow with the wind. Commitment is permanent. And that's what Jen was supposed to understand. And as she swore it was, I understood this since I was a child. I am fiercely loyal, but I will not do anything illegal. I will not desecrate the body. I will not do certain things. And if you ask me to do, it is not me betraying you, it is you betraying me. There's a big difference. And I told that to my employers. I told that to my owners. I will not. You can ask me as much as you want, but I will not comply. You motherfuckers, when you lie and cheat and deceive me, you show God who you really are. He doesn't care. Job, the greed factor. Truly, as Lance got it right, he used to talk about greed. And I talked about situations, and Lance was like, let me guess, greedy. Yep. And you can go into any negotiation that I've ever been in, I actually gave them more than they should have gotten. I did that strategically, beyond question. So I gave them more. So when I did joint work in that, I was a little bit more generous. I knew exactly what should be, but I enriched it by a little bit. Margin of error. That's why I said our borders, we don't put the wall right on the border. We put it, blocks away from the border. So when they cross to get to the wall, they're on U.S. territory undisputably. So when we take actions against them as they approach the wall, there's no question who is right. So you allow them to come on. And you say, oh, well, having birth on that land and pitching a tent. You don't allow vagrancy. So they can't pitch out. They can't cat. They're trespassing. And this goes for a border. As you allow bums to do this, you set the standard for all those that pitch tents and do squatting on U.S. land. You're literally, by aggregating this across the state, setting a federal law that vagrancy is acceptable, that squatters are acceptable. You can't have that anywhere in the country and nowhere on the border. Vagrants must be removed and, if need be, imprisoned. But the funny thing is, Laura, whose father was vice president of Mexico, I helped her with squatting issues on her own land. Vagrancy is not tolerated. So Chicago is setting a huge moral, unbelievably unethical precedent. And any nonprofit behind that is a fucking scumbag. So make no mistake about it. If you stand with, you are one big fucking scumbag. And my life has been riddled with lying, cheating, and stealing people. And when are you going to put an end to it? Because they made themselves out to be greater than me, and they were less than me. And it's been a serious problem my whole life. And what did I compensate? Overproving myself, which at times ended up being a negative because I overcompensated. I did. I wanted to prove people that I was smart, and so I would pour it on, and it became a turnoff. I overcompensated because of what they did to me. Always creating false idols and making themselves look like they're the shit. And it's been unbelievably weighing on me my whole fucking life. That I get under-recognized, they get over-recognized. Those people get recognized. All those people got their wealth. They got their life. People knew that in the know were the power brokers. They understood who was the person. Just like the disciples understood Jesus was the person. They didn't front run him. They bowed down to him. The Last Supper, where is Jesus? They're all bowing down to him. They don't put themselves in that seat. That seat is his and his alone. And so I understand this, and it's done me a disservice, and I have to govern myself with my intellect. So I learned to be a little bit softer and not try to overwhelm people, and I try to keep it simple, stupid. Trying to reach them at their own level. But you keep me in a system of having to constantly prove that I'm worthy of being a U.S. citizen, that I'm worthy of freedom, that I'm worthy to have $1, that I'm worthy to eat, that I'm worthy to breathe. How often do I have to prove my worth? I've been proving it consistently since I've been a child. And I'm not going to be sloth, but you keep me in a state that you keep on beating on me, and then I watch these fucking lazy fucking pieces of shit. You just give it to them. Fuck you. I hope you all burn in fucking hell. They don't deserve it and should never have it.